The evening starts like any other. I'm sitting in my study, a glass of whiskey in hand, reviewing some work documents. The house is quiet, a comforting kind of silence. Emma's out with friends, or at least that's what she told me. I trust her. Why wouldn't I? We've been married for 10 years, and I've always believed we had a solid relationship. Suddenly, my phone rings. I glance at the screen and don't recognize the number. Hesitating for a moment, I answer. Hello. Hi, is this Jake? A male voice, confident and smooth. Yes, who's this? I'm your wife's lover. I need your wife right now. We have a party. Please put her in a taxi. I'll pay for it. His words hit me like a sledgehammer. I'm stunned, unable to process what I just heard. What the hell are you talking about? I managed to say, my voice shaking. You heard me. I'm with Emma. We've been seeing each other for months. Now please, put her in a taxi and send her over. Here's the address. He rattles off an address I barely catch, my mind reeling. Is this some kind of sick joke? I whisper, my throat dry. No joke, Jake. Now do as I say. He hangs up, leaving me in a daze. For a moment I sit there, unable to move, the phone still pressed to my ear. Anger, disbelief, and hurt flood my mind. I try to breathe, to think clearly. I know I need to confront Emma, but first, I need to confirm this isn't some prank. I call Emma. Her phone rings and rings before going to voicemail. My heart pounds. I decide to wait. Minutes crawl by like hours. Finally, I hear the front door open. Emma walks in, looking radiant as always, her smile fading when she sees my expression. Jake, what's wrong? I stand, shaking with a mix of rage and sorrow. I got a call tonight, from your lover. Her face pales. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, Emma, I shout, my voice echoing through the house. He told me everything, about the affair, the parties, everything. Tears well in her eyes, but I can't tell if they're from guilt or fear. Jake, please, let me explain. No, I say, my voice cold. There's nothing to explain. Go to your lover, now. She tries to speak, but I cut her off. Get out. Emma turns and leaves, sobbing. I watch her go, my heart breaking. When the door closes, I collapse onto the couch, my mind racing. The trust, the love, all shattered in a single evening. I start to pack her things. I'm methodical, almost robotic. Clothes, shoes, toiletries. Everything goes into suitcases. I call a courier service and have them deliver the bags to her parents' house. Then I change the locks. Sitting back down, I feel a strange sense of calm. The shock is fading, replaced by a cold resolve. Emma and her lover think they're smart. They think they can humiliate me. But they have no idea who they're dealing with. I pour another glass of whiskey, staring into the amber liquid. Tonight changes everything, but this is just the beginning. I wake up the next morning with a pounding headache. The events of last night feel like a bad dream, but the empty side of the bed reminds me it's real. Emma is gone. I drag myself out of bed and head to the shower, trying to wash away the remnants of my shattered life. As the hot water cascades over me, my mind races. Who is this man who thinks he can just call me and demand I send my wife to him? What kind of sick game are they playing? My emotions swing wildly between anger, sadness, and a cold, calculating resolve. Dressed and somewhat composed, I sit at my kitchen table with a cup of coffee, phone in hand. I scroll through Emma's social media, looking for any signs, any clues I might have missed. There are pictures of us, smiling and happy, but now they seem like cruel reminders of her betrayal. I need to know more about this man. I decide to hire a private investigator. If Emma and her lover want to play dirty, I can play dirtier. I make a few calls and find a reputable PI named Mark. We arrange to meet at a local cafe. Mark is a grizzled man in his 50s with a no-nonsense demeanor. I explain the situation, laying out the bizarre phone call, Emma's sudden departure, and my need for information. Jake, I've seen a lot of messed up situations in my line of work, but this one takes the cake, Mark says, scribbling notes. I'll find out everything I can about this guy and what your wife's been up to. Days pass with agonizing slowness. I throw myself into my work, trying to maintain some semblance of normalcy. But the nights are the worst. Alone in the house, I can't escape the memories of Emma and the life we built together. Sleep eludes me, and when it does come, it's filled with nightmares. Finally, Mark calls with an update. We meet at the same cafe. He hands me a file, thick with documents and photographs. His name is Tom Lawson, Mark begins. He's a wealthy businessman, known for his extravagant lifestyle and shady dealings. He's got a wife and kids, but he's been having affairs for years. Your wife is just the latest in a long line. I flip through the file, my anger growing with each page. Photos of Tom and Emma laughing together, kissing, receipts for expensive gifts, hotel stays, dinners at fancy restaurants. It's all there in black and white. There's more, Mark says, lowering his voice. Tom's business practices are questionable at best. He's involved in some illegal activities, money laundering, fraud, the works. If we can gather enough evidence, we might be able to take him down. A plan begins to form in my mind. I'm going to use Tom's own dirty dealings against him. But I need to be smart about this. I can't just expose him and hope for the best. I need to be strategic. Keep digging, Mark. I want everything you can find on this guy, I say, my voice steely. I leave the cafe with a renewed sense of purpose. Tom and Emma think they've won, but they have no idea what's coming. I spend the next few days gathering my own evidence, piecing together the puzzle of their affair and Tom's criminal activities. I set up a hidden camera in the house, hoping to catch any incriminating conversations if Emma returns. One evening, as I'm sifting through more of the PI's findings, my phone buzzes with a message from Emma. "We need to talk," it reads. My heart races. I reply, setting up a meeting at a neutral location, a quiet park where we used to go when we were first dating. I arrive early, the cool evening air doing little to calm my nerves. Emma shows up a few minutes later, looking haggard and worn. Gone is the confident woman who walked out of our house days ago. "Jake," she starts, her voice breaking. "I'm so sorry. I never meant for things to get this far." "Why, Emma?" I ask, trying to keep my voice steady. "Why did you do it?" She takes a deep breath. "Tom made me feel special, like I mattered. I know it sounds cliché, but I felt like something was missing between us. And then he came along, offering excitement and passion. I feel a mix of anger and pity. You could have talked to me, Emma. We could have worked through it together." "I know," she whispers, "but I was weak, and now I've lost everything." There's a moment of silence as we both absorb the gravity of her words. "What do you want from me, Emma?" I ask finally. "I want to fix things," she says, tears streaming down her face. "I want to come home." I shake my head. "It's not that simple. You betrayed me, Emma. You shattered my trust, and now you're involved with a man who's neck deep in illegal activities. This isn't just about us anymore." She looks at me, confusion and fear in her eyes. "What do you mean?" I hand her the file Mark gave me. "Tom's not just a philanderer, he's a criminal, and I'm going to take him down. You can help me or you can stay out of the way. But you're not coming back home until this is over." Emma flips through the file, her face paling with each page. "I had no idea," she whispers. "I need you to cooperate, Emma. Give me any information you have on Tom. Help me build a case against him." She nods slowly, her expression one of defeat. "I'll do whatever it takes to make this right, Jake. I owe you that much." Over the next few weeks, Emma and I work together, though the tension between us is palpable. She provides details about Tom's operations, his business associates, and his habits. Mark continues his investigation, uncovering more dirt on Tom. As we gather more evidence, I start to see the bigger picture. Tom's empire is built on a foundation of lies and corruption, and I'm going to be the one to bring it all crashing down. One night, Emma comes over to my place to drop off some documents she managed to procure from Tom's office. We sit at the kitchen table, the atmosphere charged with unspoken words. I can't help but notice how beautiful she still is, despite everything. My mind flashes back to the good times, the passion we once shared. "Jake," she says softly, breaking the silence, "I know it's too late for us, but I want you to know how truly sorry I am. I'll never forgive myself for what I did to you." I look into her eyes, searching for the truth. I see remorse, but also a glimmer of the woman I fell in love with. We can't go back, Emma, but maybe someday we can find a way to move forward. She reaches across the table, her fingers brushing against mine. It's a small gesture, but it speaks volumes. The touch sends a jolt through me, reigniting a spark I thought had died. I miss you, Jake, she whispers, tears glistening in her eyes. Before I can respond, my phone buzzes. It's Mark. We've got enough to nail him, he says. We need to move fast. I hang up and turn to Emma. It's time. Are you ready? She nods, determination replacing the sadness in her eyes. Together we head out, ready to confront Tom and bring his empire down. We meet Mark outside Tom's mansion, a sprawling estate surrounded by high walls and security cameras. Mark's team is already in position, ready to execute the plan. I feel a surge of adrenaline, knowing that everything we've worked for is about to come to a head. Emma and I approach the front door. She hesitates, then rings the bell. A moment later, Tom opens the door, surprise flickering across his face. Emma, what are you doing here? And why is he with you? Tom's voice drips with disdain. We need to talk, Emma says, her voice steady. About everything. Tom's eyes narrow. What is this? Some kind of setup? Exactly, I say, stepping forward. Your games are over, Tom. We have enough evidence to put you away for a long time. He laughs, a cold, mocking sound. You think you can take me down? You're nothing, Jake. Just a pathetic husband who couldn't keep his wife satisfied. I feel a flash of anger, but keep my composure. We'll see who's laughing when the cops arrive. As if on cue, Mark's team bursts in, guns drawn. Tom's expression changes from smug to panicked in an instant. This isn't over, he snarls as they cuff him. You'll regret this. Watching him being led away, I feel a sense of vindication. The nightmare is finally over. Emma stands beside me, her face a mix of relief and sorrow. We drive back to my place in silence. The weight of everything that's happened hangs heavy between us. When we arrive, I turn to her. What now, Emma? I don't know, she says, tears in her eyes. But thank you, Jake, for giving me a chance to make things right. I nod, not trusting myself to speak. As she leaves, I feel a strange sense of closure. The chapter with Emma and Tom is over. Now it's time to start the days following Tom's arrest, or a whirlwind. The media is all over the story, and I can't turn on the TV or open my phone without seeing his face plastered everywhere. It's a strange mix of satisfaction and unease. We've taken down a powerful man, but the aftermath is chaotic. Emma stays with her parents, and we keep our communication limited to what's necessary for the case. The house feels emptier than ever, but I find solace in the quiet. I spend my time organizing the evidence we've gathered, preparing for the upcoming trial. I know this isn't over yet. Tom still has resources and connections that could complicate things. One evening, I get a call from Mark. Jake, we need to talk. Can you come to my office? I arrive at Mark's office, a small, cluttered space filled with case files and photographs. Mark looks tired, his eyes dark with concern. What's going on? I ask, sitting down across from him. We've got a problem, Mark says, handing me a stack of papers. Tom's lawyers are pulling out all the stops. They're trying to discredit our evidence and paint you as a vindictive husband who set this whole thing up out of jealousy. I feel a wave of anger and frustration. They're twisting the truth. How can they get away with this? It's what they do, Mark replies, but we have to stay focused. We need more solid evidence, something they can't refute, and we need to be prepared for them to come after you personally. I nod, taking a deep breath. What do we do next? We keep digging, Mark says, and we prepare for the worst. I've got a few leads I'm following up on. In the meantime, I need you to stay vigilant. Don't let them rattle you. I leave Mark's office feeling a mix of determination and dread. The fight is far from over. Tom's team is going to play dirty, and I need to be ready for whatever they throw at me. The next few days are a blur of meetings with lawyers, reviewing documents, and late-night strategy sessions with Mark. I feel the weight of the case bearing down on me, but I refuse to back down. This is about more than just me and Emma now. It's about justice. One night, as I'm poring over some paperwork, there's a knock at my door. I open it to find Emma standing there, looking exhausted and vulnerable. Can I come in? She asks softly. I step aside, letting her in. We sit in the living room, the silence between us heavy. "What's going on, Emma? I wanted to see you," she says, her voice trembling. "And I need to talk to you about something." I wait, my heart pounding. She looks at me, tears in her eyes. "Tom's lawyers reached out to me. They're trying to get me to testify against you, to say that you orchestrated everything to frame him." My blood runs cold. "And what did you say?" "I told them to go to hell," she says, a flicker of defiance in her eyes. "I'm not going to lie for them, Jake. I want to make things right." Relief washes over me. "Thank you, Emma. That means a lot." She nods, looking down at her hands. "I know I've put you through hell, and I don't expect you to forgive me, but I want to help. I want to see this through to the end." We talk late into the night, discussing the case and our next steps. It feels strange working together after everything that's happened, but there's a sense of closure in it. We both know there's no going back, but we can at least face the future with some semblance of peace. As the trial date approaches, the tension mounts. The media frenzy intensifies, and the courtroom is packed with reporters and spectators. I sit at the plaintiff's table with my lawyer, watching as Tom enters, flanked by his high-powered legal team. He looks smug, confident, as if he's already won. The proceedings begin, and it's clear Tom's lawyers are going to attack us from every angle. They question the validity of our evidence, insinuate that Mark's investigation was biased, and paint me as a vengeful husband out for blood. It's infuriating, but I hold my ground, answering their questions calmly and truthfully. Then it's Emma's turn to testify. She takes the stand, looking nervous but resolute. Tom's lawyers try to rattle her, but she stands firm, recounting the details of their affair and Tom's illegal activities. Her testimony is crucial, and I can see the jury listening intently. As the days drag on, the tension in the courtroom is palpable. Each side presents its arguments, and the stakes feel higher with every passing moment. I find myself studying Tom, trying to understand what kind of man could cause so much pain. He seems unfazed, his confidence unwavering. Finally, it's time for closing arguments. My lawyer speaks passionately, emphasizing the mountain of evidence we've presented and the courage it took for Emma to come forward. Tom's lawyer, on the other hand, continues to attack my character, trying to sow doubt in the minds of the jury. The jury deliberates for what feels like an eternity. I sit in the courtroom, my heart pounding, waiting for the verdict. Emma sits beside me, her hand resting on mine. It's a small comfort in the sea of uncertainty. When the jury finally returns, the room falls silent. The foreman stands, clearing his throat. "We find the defendant, Tom Lawson, guilty on all counts." A wave of relief and triumph washes over me. Tom's face contorts in rage as he's led away in handcuffs. Justice has been served. After the trial, the media frenzy continues, but I feel a sense of closure. Tom's empire has crumbled, and Emma and I can finally begin to heal. We both know it won't be easy, but there's a sense of hope that wasn't there before. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch, watching the sunset, Emma turns to me. "What now, Jake?" I take her hand, squeezing it gently. We move forward, one step at a time. She nods, a small smile playing on her lips. "I'd like that. The trial may be over, but our journey is just beginning. There's a long road ahead, filled with challenges and uncertainties. But for the first time in a long time, I feel ready to face it. Together, we can rebuild our lives, stronger and wiser than before. The past will always be a part of us, but it doesn't have to define us. We can learn from it, grow from it, and find a way to move forward." As we sit there, the last rays of the sun casting a warm glow over us, I feel a sense of peace. The storm has passed, and a new day is dawning. The days after the trial blur together in a haze of media attention and legal paperwork. Tom's conviction is a victory, but it's just the beginning of the fallout. I can't escape the cameras and questions, and it feels like my life is under a microscope. Emma and I spend our nights at her parents' house trying to find some semblance of normalcy. We sleep in separate rooms, a physical reminder of the distance between us. But we talk more than we have in years, sharing our thoughts and fears. One evening, I find Emma in the living room, staring at an old photo album. She looks up as I enter, her eyes filled with a mix of sadness and hope. Jake, do you ever think we can get back to what we had? I sit beside her, looking at the photos of happier times. I don't know, Emma. We've been through so much. It's hard to say what the future holds. She nods, tears glistening in her eyes. I just want a chance to make things right. We'll take it one day at a time, I say, trying to offer some comfort. We can't erase the past, but maybe we can build something new. The next few weeks are a whirlwind of emotions. We start therapy together, trying to untangle the mess our relationship has become. It's painful and raw, but there are moments of clarity and connection that give me hope. One night, after an especially intense session, Emma and I end up at a quiet restaurant. The atmosphere is intimate, the dim lighting casting a soft glow over her face. We talk about the future, about our hopes and fears. There's a vulnerability in her eyes that I haven't seen in a long time. Jake, she says softly, reaching across the table to take my hand. I know I've hurt you more than I can ever make up for. But I want to try. I want to be the woman you fell in love with again. I squeeze her hand, feeling a flicker of the old spark. I want that too, Emma, but it's going to take time. We leave the restaurant, the air between us charged with unspoken promises. Back at her parents' house, we linger in the hallway, neither of us wanting to say goodnight. Finally, Emma steps closer, her breath warm against my skin. Jake, stay with me tonight, please. I hesitate, the memories of her betrayal still fresh, but the longing in her eyes and the sincerity in her voice make me want to believe in second chances. I nod, and she leads me to her room. We undress slowly, the tension between us electric. Her touch is tentative at first, as if she's afraid I might pull away. But as our bodies come together, the old passion reignites, burning away the remnants of our pain. In the morning, we lie entwined, the sunlight filtering through the curtains. For the first time in a long while, I feel a glimmer of hope. We talk about our plans, about moving back into our house and starting anew. It's not going to be easy, but we're willing to try. As the days pass, the media frenzy dies down, and life begins to settle into a new routine. Emma and I move back into our house, working together to reclaim the life we almost lost. There are still moments of doubt and fear, but there are also moments of genuine connection and joy. One afternoon, I get a call from Mark. Jake, we need to meet. There's something you need to see. I arrive at his office, a sense of dread settling in my stomach. Mark's expression is grave as he hands me a folder. This came to me anonymously. It's about Tom. I open the folder and feel my blood run cold. Inside are photos of Tom, taken in prison, but they're not the usual surveillance shots. He's meeting with someone, a man I don't recognize. The implications are clear. Tom is still pulling strings from behind bars. What does this mean, Mark? I ask, my voice tight. It means he's not done, Mark says grimly. We need to be prepared for whatever he might try next. The news hangs over me like a dark cloud. I can't shake the feeling that this isn't over, that Tom still poses a threat. I share the information with Emma, and we decide to take precautions. We install a new security system and hire a guard to watch the house. The tension is palpable, but we try to live our lives as normally as possible. Emma focuses on her work, and I throw myself into mine, trying to keep the fear at bay. But it's always there, lurking in the back of my mind. One night, I wake up to the sound of breaking glass. My heart pounds as I grab the baseball bat I keep by the bed. Emma stirs beside me, her eyes wide with fear. Jake, what's happening? Stay here, I whisper, my voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through me. I move through the house, every sense on high alert. I reach the living room and see a shadowy figure by the broken window. Hey! I shout, raising the bat. The figure turns and bolts, disappearing into the night. I chase after him but lose him in the darkness. When I return to the house, Emma is on the phone with the police, her face pale. The officers arrive quickly, taking statements and searching the area. They find nothing, but the message is clear. Tom's influence extends beyond the prison walls, and he's not done with us yet. The next few weeks are a nightmare of paranoia and fear. We increase our security measures, but it feels like we're always looking over our shoulders. I can't sleep, my mind constantly replaying the night of the break-in. Emma tries to be strong, but I can see the strain it's taking on her. We talk about moving, about starting fresh somewhere else, but I know that running isn't the answer. We need to face this head on to show Tom that we're not afraid. I meet with Mark again, discussing our options. We decide to dig deeper, to find out who Tom's working with and what his next move might be. It's a dangerous game, but I'm willing to play it if it means protecting my family. The days blur together in a haze of strategy and preparation. I feel like I'm always one step behind, trying to anticipate Tom's next move. But I'm determined to stay ahead, to end this once and for all. One evening, as I'm reviewing some documents, Emma comes into the study. "Jake, we need to talk." I look up, seeing the determination in her eyes. "What's on your mind?" "I've been thinking," she says, sitting down across from me. "We can't keep living like this. We need to take control, to stop reacting and start acting." She's right. We can't keep living in fear. We need to take the fight to Tom, to show him that we're not backing down. We hatch a plan, working closely with Mark to gather more evidence and build a case against Tom's associates. It's risky, but it's our best shot at ending this nightmare. The tension mounts as we prepare for the final showdown. Every detail is meticulously planned, every possible outcome considered. I feel a mix of fear and determination, knowing that this is our last chance to end Tom's reign of terror. The night of the operation, we're ready. Mark's team is in position, and we've coordinated with the authorities. Emma and I wait in the safe house, our hearts pounding with anticipation. Finally, we get the signal. The raid is successful, Tom's associates arrested, and his operations dismantled. It's a moment of triumph, but I know it's not over yet. We return home, exhausted but relieved. As we walk through the front door, I feel a sense of closure. We faced our fears and come out stronger on the other side. Emma and I stand together in the living room, the weight of the past few months finally lifting. "We did it," she says, her voice filled with awe. "Yeah," I reply, pulling her into a tight embrace. "We did. The nightmare is over, but our journey is far from complete. We have a long road ahead of us, filled with challenges and uncertainties. But for the first time in a long time, I feel a sense of peace. Together we can rebuild our lives stronger and wiser than before. The past will always be a part of us, but it doesn't have to define us. We can learn from it, grow from it, and find a way to move forward." As we stand there, the last rays of the sun casting a warm glow over us, I feel a sense of hope. The storm has passed and a new day is dawning. The morning sun filters through the curtains, casting a warm glow over the bedroom. Emma stirs beside me, her breathing soft and steady. For the first time in weeks, I feel a sense of peace. We did it. Tom's associates are in custody, and his empire is in ruins. But there's still work to be done. I slip out of bed quietly, careful not to wake Emma. In the kitchen, I make coffee and sit at the table, reviewing the latest updates from Mark. There are still loose ends to tie up, still consequences to face. But for now, I take a moment to savor the victory. Emma joins me, her hair tousled and her eyes bright. "Morning," she says, leaning in to kiss me. There's a tenderness in her touch that wasn't there before, a promise of new beginnings. "Morning," I reply, handing her a cup of coffee. "We've got a lot to do today." She nods, sitting across from me. "Where do we start?" "We need to finalize the evidence against Tom's associates. Mark's team will handle most of it, but we need to be ready to testify if it comes to that." Emma's face hardens with resolve. "Whatever it takes, Jake, I'm ready." We spend the next few hours going over the details, making sure everything is in order. The legal team is confident, but I know better than to underestimate Tom's reach. There's always a chance he has one last card to play. Later, we head to Mark's office for a final briefing. The atmosphere is tense, everyone on edge but focused. Mark lays out the plan, going over each step meticulously. "Jake, Emma, your testimony is crucial," Mark says, looking at both of us. "We've got the evidence, but we need your first-hand accounts to seal the deal." "We'll be ready," I assure him, feeling a surge of determination. "We won't let him get away with this." Emma squeezes my hand, her support giving me strength. We're in this together, and we won't back down. The day of the hearing arrives, and we head to the courthouse, flanked by our legal team. The media is out in full force, cameras flashing as we make our way inside. I keep my head down, focusing on the task ahead. Inside, the courtroom is packed. Tom's associates sit at the defense table, their expressions a mix of defiance and fear. I feel a rush of anger, remembering everything they've done, but I channel it into resolve, knowing this is our chance to bring them to justice. The proceedings begin, and the prosecution lays out the case with precision. Evidence is presented, witnesses testify, and the net tightens around the defendants. When it's our turn, Emma and I take the stand, recounting the events with clarity and conviction. Tom's lawyers try to discredit us, but we stand firm. Our testimony is clear, our evidence irrefutable. The defense scrambles, but it's clear they're fighting a losing battle. When the final arguments are made, the jury deliberates. The wait is agonizing, but I hold on to Emma, drawing strength from her presence. Finally, the jury returns, and the verdict is read. Guilty on all counts. A wave of relief washes over me. Justice is served. The defendants are led away, their fate sealed. The nightmare is finally over. Outside the courthouse, the media swarms us, but I feel a sense of closure. We've done what we set out to do. As we drive home, the tension begins to lift, replaced by a sense of accomplishment. That evening, Emma and I sit on the porch, watching the sunset. The sky is painted in hues of orange and pink, a beautiful end to a tumultuous chapter. Emma leans against me, her hand resting on my chest. "We did it, Jake," she says softly. "We really did it." "Yeah, we did," I reply, feeling a swell of pride. "We're stronger than ever." Our lives begin to settle into a new rhythm. The legal battles are behind us, and we focus on rebuilding. We spend our days working on the house, turning it into a home again. There are still moments of doubt and fear, but they're fleeting, overshadowed by our growing connection. One night, as we're curled up on the couch, Emma turns to me. "Jake, there's something I want to talk to you about." I feel a flicker of anxiety. "What's on your mind?" She takes a deep breath. "I want us to renew our vows. I want to start fresh, to promise each other that we'll never let anything come between us again." The idea fills me with hope. "I'd like that, Emma. I'd like that a lot." We start planning, choosing a quiet, intimate ceremony with just close family and friends. It's a symbol of our new beginning, a testament to our resilience. The day arrives, and as I stand before Emma, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. We've been through hell, but we've come out stronger. The ceremony is beautiful, filled with love and hope. As we exchange vows, I look into Emma's eyes and see the future we're building together. It's not perfect, but it's ours. And that's enough. Afterwards, we celebrate with our loved ones, the air filled with laughter and joy. It's a stark contrast to the darkness we faced, a reminder that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. As the night winds down, Emma and I find ourselves alone, the stars twinkling above us. She leans in, her lips brushing against mine. "I love you, Jake," she whispers. "I love you too, Emma," I reply, pulling her close. "We've got this." Our lives begin to settle into a comfortable routine. We focus on the present, on building a future together. There are still challenges, still moments of doubt, but we face them head on, knowing we're stronger together. One day I get a call from Mark. "Jake, I have some news. Tom's been transferred to a maximum security facility. He won't be a threat to you or anyone else ever again." The news brings a sense of finality. Tom's chapter is truly closed. I share the news with Emma, and we celebrate quietly, the weight of the past lifting even further. In the months that follow, we continue to heal, to grow. Our relationship deepens, forged in the fires of adversity. We make plans, dream of the future, and cherish the present. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch, Emma turns to me. "Jake, I'm pregnant." The words take a moment to sink in. A surge of joy and excitement floods through me. "Are you serious?" She nods, tears of happiness in her eyes. "We're going to be parents." I pull her into my arms, feeling a sense of completeness I never thought possible. "We're going to be okay, Emma. We've got this." The months pass in a blur of preparations and anticipation. We decorate the nursery, attend doctor's appointments, and dream about the life we're creating. It's a time of hope and joy, a stark contrast to the darkness we've faced. Finally, the day arrives. Emma goes into labor, and we rush to the hospital. It's a long, exhausting process, but when I hold our baby for the first time, all the pain and fear melts away. We're a family, and there's nothing more precious. As we settle into our new roles as parents, I reflect on the journey we've been on. It's been a long, difficult road, but we've emerged stronger and more united. We've faced our demons and come out the other side, ready to embrace the future. Sitting on the porch one evening, our baby sleeping soundly in Emma's arms, I feel a profound sense of peace. The past will always be a part of us, but it doesn't define us. We've built something new, something beautiful, and I know we can face whatever comes next. We've got this, I say softly, looking at Emma and our child. We've got this, Emma smiles, her eyes filled with love. Yes, we do. Together we watch the sun set, the sky ablaze with color. It's a new day, a new beginning, and I'm ready to face it with the people I love most. Life has settled into a new normal. Emma and I are adjusting to parenthood, and our baby Lily is the center of our world. Each day brings new challenges and joys, but we face them together, stronger than ever. One morning, I'm feeding Lily when my phone rings. It's Mark. Jake, we need to talk. Can you come to the office? I feel a twinge of anxiety, but push it aside. Sure, I'll be there in an hour. I kiss Emma and Lily goodbye and head to Mark's office. The drive is short, but my mind races with possibilities. When I arrive, Mark's expression is serious. Jake, we've got a situation, he says, handing me a folder. Tom's lawyer is trying to appeal his sentence. They're claiming new evidence that could potentially reduce his time. My heart sinks. What kind of evidence? Mark shakes his head. It's flimsy at best, but they're pulling out all the stops. They're desperate. I take a deep breath. What do we need to do? We need to counter their claims with everything we have. Reinforce our case. Make sure the judge sees through their tactics. We need your testimony again, Jake. This time it's personal. I nod, determination hardening in my chest. Whatever it takes, let's do it. The next few weeks are a whirlwind of preparation. I spend hours with Mark, going over every detail, every piece of evidence. The tension builds, but I stay focused. I refuse to let Tom win, not after everything he's done. One evening, after a long day of preparation, I return home to find Emma waiting for me. She looks worried. Jake, is everything okay? I pull her into a hug, feeling her warmth and strength. Tom's trying to appeal his sentence, but we're not going to let him win. She pulls back, her eyes fierce. What do we need to do? I smile at her determination. We need to stay strong, together. The day of the appeal hearing arrives, and the courthouse is filled with the same tension as before. Tom's lawyer is slick, trying to paint a picture of a reformed man who deserves a second chance. But I know the truth. We all do. When it's my turn to testify, I take the stand, feeling the weight of everyone's eyes on me. I recount the horrors we've endured, the crimes Tom has committed. I speak with clarity and conviction, leaving no doubt about the danger he poses. The cross-examination is brutal, but I hold my ground. Tom's lawyer tries to twist my words to make me seem vindictive, but I stay focused. I can see Tom watching me, his eyes cold and calculating. But I don't waver. I won't give him the satisfaction. When Emma takes the stand, she's equally resolute. She speaks of our fears, our struggles, and the strength we found in each other. Her testimony is powerful, a testament to our resilience and love. The judge listens intently, and as the lawyers present their final arguments, I feel a sense of hope. We've done everything we can. Now it's in the hands of the court. The jury deliberates, and the wait is agonizing. Emma and I hold each other, drawing strength from our bond. Finally, the jury returns, and the room falls silent. Appeal denied. A wave of relief washes over me. We've won. Tom's attempts to manipulate the system have failed. He's going to serve his full sentence, and we can finally move forward. Outside the courthouse, the media swarms us, but I feel a sense of closure. We've faced our demons and come out stronger. As we drive home, the tension begins to lift, replaced by a sense of accomplishment. That evening, Emma and I sit on the porch, watching the sunset. The sky is painted in hues of orange and pink, a beautiful end to a tumultuous chapter. Emma leans against me, her hand resting on my chest. We did it, Jake, she says softly. We really did it. Yeah, we did, I reply, feeling a swell of pride. We're stronger than ever. Life begins to settle into a comfortable routine. We focus on the present, on building a future together. There are still challenges, still moments of doubt, but we face them head on, knowing we're stronger together. One day I get a call from Mark. Jake, I have some news. Tom's been transferred to a maximum security facility. He won't be a threat to you or anyone else ever again. The news brings a sense of finality. Tom's chapter is truly closed. I share the news with Emma, and we celebrate quietly, the weight of the past lifting even further. In the months that follow, we continue to heal, to grow. Our relationship deepens, forged in the fires of adversity. We make plans, dream of the future, and cherish the present. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch, Emma turns to me. Jake, I'm pregnant. The words take a moment to sink in. A surge of joy and excitement floods through me. Are you serious? She nods, tears of happiness in her eyes. We're going to be parents. I pull her into my arms, feeling a sense of completeness I never thought possible. We're going to be okay, Emma. We've got this. The months pass in a blur of preparations and anticipation. We decorate the nursery, attend doctor's appointments, and dream about the life we're creating. It's a time of hope and joy, a stark contrast to the darkness we've faced. Finally, the day arrives. Emma goes into labor, and we rush to the hospital. It's a long, exhausting process. But when I hold our baby for the first time, all the pain and fear melts away. We're a family, and there's nothing more precious. As we settle into our new roles as parents, I reflect on the journey we've been on. It's been a long, difficult road, but we've emerged stronger and more united. We've faced our demons and come out the other side, ready to embrace the future. Sitting on the porch one evening, our baby sleeping soundly in Emma's arms, I feel a profound sense of peace. The past will always be a part of us, but it doesn't define us. We've built something new, something beautiful, and I know we can face whatever comes next. We've got this, I say softly, looking at Emma and our child. We've got this. Emma smiles, her eyes filled with love. Yes, we do. Together we watch the sun set, the sky ablaze with color. It's a new day, a new beginning, and I'm ready to face it with the people I love most. One day, while we're enjoying a quiet afternoon at home, the phone rings. It's Mark again. Jake, there's something you need to know. One of Tom's associates has been talking. He's offering information in exchange for a reduced sentence. My heart skips a beat. What kind of information? Details about a larger network. It seems Tom was just a small piece of a much bigger puzzle. I feel a mix of dread and curiosity. What does this mean for us? It means the fight isn't over, but it also means we have an opportunity to take down something much bigger. Are you in? I look at Emma, who's been listening intently. She nods, her eyes filled with determination. I'm in, I say, feeling a surge of resolve. Let's finish this. The next few weeks are a blur of preparation and strategy. Mark's team works tirelessly, piecing together the information from Tom's associate. It's a dangerous game, but the stakes are high, and the potential for justice is too great to ignore. Emma and I balance our new roles as parents with the demands of the investigation. It's exhausting, but we draw strength from each other, knowing we're fighting for something bigger than ourselves. The operation is set, and we move forward with a sense of purpose. The plan is complex, involving multiple agencies and a coordinated effort. I feel a mix of fear and excitement, knowing that this could be the final chapter in our fight for justice. The night of the raid, the tension is palpable. Mark's team is in position, and we're ready to move. Emma and I stay close, offering each other silent support. The operation unfolds with precision, and one by one, the pieces of the network fall into place. When it's over, the sense of relief is overwhelming. We've done it. We've taken down something much bigger than Tom, and the impact will be felt for years to come. As we return home, exhausted but triumphant, I feel a sense of closure. We've faced our demons, fought our battles, and come out stronger. The future is bright, and I'm ready to embrace it with the people I love most. Emma and I sit on the porch, watching the sunset, our baby sleeping soundly in her arms. The sky is painted in hues of orange and pink, a beautiful end to a tumultuous chapter. We've got this, I say softly, feeling a profound sense of peace. We've got this. Emma smiles, her eyes filled with love. Yes, we do. Together we watch the sunset, the promise of a new day ahead. Life begins to settle into a new normal again. Emma and I are stronger than ever, our bond fortified by the trials we've faced. Lily is growing fast, her laughter a constant reminder of the joy we fought to protect. The house is filled with warmth and love, a stark contrast to the turmoil of the past year. One evening, as we're putting Lily to bed, I feel a sense of completeness I've never known before. Emma kisses Lily goodnight, her eyes sparkling with happiness. She's perfect, Emma whispers, her hand resting on my arm. We did good, I reply, my heart swelling with pride and love. After Lily is asleep, Emma and I sit on the porch, a ritual that's become our favorite way to unwind. The sky is clear, stars twinkling above us. I take Emma's hand, feeling the soft warmth of her skin against mine. Do you ever think about what might have happened if we hadn't fought back? She asks, her voice soft but steady. Sometimes, I admit, but I try not to dwell on it. We did fight back, and we won. That's what matters. Emma nods, leaning her head on my shoulder. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we didn't let him tear us apart. We sit in comfortable silence for a while, the only sounds the rustling of leaves and the distant hum of the city. I think about the journey we've been on, the battles we've fought, and the strength we've found in each other. It's been a long, hard road, but we've come out stronger. I got an offer today, I say suddenly, breaking the silence. Emma looks up, curiosity in her eyes. What kind of offer? A job offer. A company in the city wants me to join their team. It's a good opportunity, but it would mean moving. Emma considers this for a moment. Do you want to take it? I don't know, I admit. Part of me thinks it's a good idea. A fresh start, a new chapter. But part of me is hesitant to leave behind everything we've built here. Emma squeezes my hand. Whatever you decide, I'm with you. We'll figure it out together. Her words fill me with warmth and reassurance. Thanks, Emma. That means a lot. We talk late into the night, weighing the pros and cons, dreaming about the future. There's a sense of excitement and possibility, a feeling that we can handle anything as long as we're together. The next morning, I call the company and accept the offer. It feels like the right decision, a chance to start fresh and build something new. Emma and I spend the next few weeks preparing for the move, packing up our life and saying goodbye to the past. On our last night in the house, we sit on the porch one final time. The stars are bright, the air cool and crisp. We reminisce about the memories we've made, the challenges we've overcome, and the love that's grown stronger with each passing day. This is it, I say, looking around at the house that's been our home for so long. A new beginning. Emma smiles, her eyes reflecting the stars. A new adventure. We stand holding hands and walk back inside. The house is empty, but it's filled with the echoes of our laughter and the warmth of our love. As we close the door behind us, I feel a sense of closure and a sense of excitement for what's to come. Our new life in the city is bustling and vibrant. The job is challenging, but I thrive on the energy and the opportunity to grow. Emma finds a community of her own, and Lily adapts quickly, her laughter filling our new home with joy. One night, after a particularly long day, I come home to find Emma waiting for me. She's wearing a beautiful dress, her eyes sparkling with mischief. What's this? I ask, smiling. I thought we could celebrate, she says, taking my hand and leading me to the bedroom. We've come so far, Jake. We deserve a little happiness. The night is filled with passion and tenderness, a reminder of the love that has carried us through the darkest times. As we lie together, our bodies entwined, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. We've faced our demons, fought our battles, and emerged stronger and more united. The days turn into weeks, the weeks into months. Our life in the city is filled with new experiences, new challenges, and new joys. We make plans, dream about the future, and cherish the present. One evening, as we're sitting on the balcony of our new apartment, watching the city lights, Emma turns to me. Jake, I'm pregnant. The words take a moment to sink in. A surge of joy and excitement floods through me. Are you serious? She nods, tears of happiness in her eyes. We're going to be parents again. I pull her into my arms, feeling a sense of completeness I never thought possible. We're going to be okay, Emma. We've got this. The months pass in a blur of preparations and anticipation. We decorate the nursery, attend doctor's appointments, and dream about the life we're creating. It's a time of hope and joy, a stark contrast to the darkness we faced. Finally, the day arrives. Emma goes into labor, and we rush to the hospital. It's a long, exhausting process. But when I hold our baby for the first time, all the pain and fear melts away. We're a family, and there's nothing more precious. As we settle into our new roles as parents again, I reflect on the journey we've been on. It's been a long, difficult road, but we've emerged stronger and more united. We've faced our demons and come out the other side, ready to embrace the future. Sitting on the balcony one evening, our baby sleeping soundly in Emma's arms, I feel a profound sense of peace. The past will always be a part of us, but it doesn't define us. We built something new, something beautiful, and I know we can face whatever comes next. We've got this, I say softly, looking at Emma and our children. We've got this. Emma smiles, her eyes filled with love. Yes, we do. Together we watch the city lights, the promise of a new day ahead.